Good afternoon, football fans. Big Al here on this Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. And here's a look at the college football rankings entering week 9 of the 2022 season. We'll take a look at both the AP Top 25 and the AFCA Coaches Poll. And we're going to waste no time and jump right in to the AP Top 25 poll for week 9. This is the week of October 29th. And there's no change within the top 6 of the AP poll, as all 6 teams remain unchanged. Number 1 remains the Georgia Bulldogs, 7-0, 1,530 points, and 31 first-place votes. They're coming off the bye week, and this week they will be playing the Florida Gators, and I think that's the game that plays in Jacksonville every year. Number 2, at 7-0 and 1,513 points with 18 first-place votes, are the Ohio State Buckeyes. They won last week 54-10 over Iowa, and this week they travel to Happy Valley to face 13th-ranked Penn State. At number 3, 7-0 record, 1,476 points and 13 first-place votes are the Tennessee Volunteers. They smashed UT Martin 65-24. They return to SEC play this week against Kentucky. More on where the Wildcats rank in just a bit. Holding steady at number 4 with a 7-0 record and 1,382 points, and coming off the bye week are the Michigan Wolverines. They're back in action this week against their in-state rivals from East Lansing, the Michigan State Spartans, and that game's being played in prime time under the lights in Ann Arbor. At number 5, with an 8-0 record and 1,318 points and 1 first-place vote, are the Clemson Tigers. They defeated then 14th-ranked Syracuse 27-21, and they are off this week. As is our number 6 team, the Alabama Crimson Tide, 7-1, 1,266 points. They destroyed Mississippi State 30-6, and they too are off. Moving up 1 spot to number 7, 7-0 record, 1,213 points, the TCU Horned Frogs. They defeated then 17th ranked Kansas State 38-28. They had to come back and do it, but they did. And this week they traveled to West Virginia. Up 2 spots to number 8. In fact, the next 3 teams are all up 2 spots. At number 8 are the Oregon Ducks, 6-1 with 1,114 points. They beat then number 9 UCLA 45-30. And this week, they're traveling to Berkeley to face the Cal Golden Bears. Also up 2 spots to number 9 are the Oklahoma State Cowboys, 6-1 and 1,064 points. They defeated then 20th ranked Texas 41-34. And this week, they travel to Kansas State. And I'll tell you where the K-State Wildcats rank in just a bit. Also moving up 2 spots at number 10 and fresh off the bye with a 6-1 record and 927 points are the USC Trojans. And this week, they return to action as they face the Arizona Wildcats in Tucson. Tied with them at number 10 with a 6-1 record and 927 points, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. They beat down Boston College 43-15, and this week they travel to Louisville. Taking a 3-point drop to number 12 with a 6-1 record and 803 points, the UCLA Bruins. They lost to then number 10 Oregon 45-30, and this week they will host Stanford. Moving up 3 spots to number 13, 6-1 record, 783 points, the Penn State Nittany Lions. They crushed Minnesota 45-17, and this week They got a tough test as they welcome number 2 Ohio State to Happy Valley. Up one spot to number 14, 5-2 record, 766 points, and coming off the bye week, the Utah Utes. This week, they will visit Pullman to face the Washington State Cougars. The biggest drop in the AP poll belongs to the Ole Miss Running Rebels as they plummet 8 spots down to number 15. 7-1 record, 744 points. They, of course, had a lead against LSU, but then the Tigers came back and scored 25 unanswered points and defeated the Rebels 45-20. Ole Miss will try to get back on track at College Station this week against Texas A&M. Down just a couple of spots to number 16 with a 6-1 record and 626 points. And coming off their first loss of the season, the Syracuse Orange. They, of course, lost to number 5 Clemson 27-21, and they had the lead for much of that game. Syracuse this week will host Notre Dame. At number 17 and coming off the bye week with a 6-1 record and 508 points, the Illinois Fighting Illini. This week they return to action as they face the Nebraska Cornhuskers in Lincoln. Number 18 is where you'll find the first of 2 newcomers to this week's poll. The LSU Tigers at 6-2 and 502 points. They, of course, beat then 7th-ranked Mississippi or Ole Miss 45-20, and they have the week off. Remaining at number 19 and coming off the bye week with a 5-2 record and 429 points, the Kentucky Wildcats. This week, they travel to Old Rocky Top in Knoxville to face 3rd-ranked Tennessee. Have fun, Kentucky. Up one spot to number 20 with a 6-1 record and 386 points are the Cincinnati Bearcats. They won a tight one at SMU 29-27, and this week they'll travel to Orlando to face the UCF Central Knights, or the UCF Golden Knights, excuse me. Up one spot to number 21 and coming off the bye week, 6-1 record and 278 points, the North Carolina Tar Heels. They will host the Pittsburgh Panthers in Chapel Hill this week. The aforementioned Kansas State Wildcats took a 5-point drop to number 22. 5-2 record and 272 points. Losing to then number 8 TCU by a count of 38-28. This week, they face another top 10 conference foe in number 9 Oklahoma State. And this game is being played in Manhattan. Up 2 spots to number 23, 7-1 record, 243 points, the Tulane Green Wave. They defeated Memphis 38-28, the same score as the K-State game. And the Green Wave are off this week. Down a spot to number 24 and fresh off the bye week, 5-2 record, 169 points, the NC State Wolfpack. This week they will host a pretty bad Virginia Tech team. And also new into the AP poll at number 25, 5-2 record, 113 points, are the South Carolina Gamecocks. They won 30-24 at home against Texas A&M, and this week they welcome in the Missouri Tigers. The two teams dropping from the AP poll this week are Texas, previously number 20, and Mississippi State, previously number 24. And both are in the others receiving votes category, with Texas leading away with 38 points. Then it's the Liberty Flames with 35, the Oregon State Beavers with 25. Then it's the Mississippi State Bulldogs with 10, the Maryland Terrapins with 8, and then it's Troy with 3, UTSA, or the University of Texas San Antonio, they have 1 point, as well as the Washington Huskies, Florida State Seminoles, and Arkansas Razorbacks. So that's a look at the AP Top 25. Now let's jump over to the USA Today AFCA Coaches Poll for Week 9, entering Week 9, the week of October 29th. And we'll start at the top, where 4 of the top 6 remain unchanged. Georgia remains at number 1, 7-0 record and 1,550 points. Number 2 is Ohio State, 7-0, 1,516 points. By the way, Georgia has 43 first place votes, while Ohio State has 17. 3 and 4 both switch spots. The Tennessee Volunteers move up to number 3, 7-0 record, 1,424 points, and 2 first place votes. And moving a spot down, the Michigan Wolverines to number 4, 7-0 record, 1,407 points, and 1 first place vote. Number 5 is the Clemson Tigers, 8-0 record, 1,325 points. They remain unchanged, as do the Alabama Crimson Tide, 7-1 record, 1,264 points. Inching up a spot to number 7, the TCU Horned Frogs, 7-0, 1,184 points. Also up 1 spot, the Oregon Ducks at number 8, 6-1 record, 1,125 points. Moving up 2 spots to number 9, the Oklahoma State Cowboys, 6-1 and 1,031 points. Number 10 is the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, up 3 spots from last week, 6-1 record, 949 points. Number 11, up a spot from last week, the USC Trojans, 6-1 and 941 points. Down 5 spots to number 12, and that ties the biggest drop in the coaches poll, the Ole Miss Running Rebels, 7-1 and 816 points. And they are one of 3 teams in the coaches poll to fall 5 spots this week. Up 3 to number 13, the Penn State Nittany Lions, 6-1 and 789 points. At 14, up a spot, the Utah Utes, 5-2 and 782 points. The second team to see a 5-point drop in the coaches poll this week are the UCLA Bruins, down to number 15, 6-1 and 744 points. Down 2 spots to 16 are the Syracuse Orange, 6-1, 554 points. Up 1 spot to number 17, the Kentucky Wildcats, 5-2 and 473 points. Just slightly below them at number 18, up 2 spots from last week, at 6-1 and 469 points, the Illinois Fighting Illini. Holding steady at number 19, 6-1 record, 441 points, the Cincinnati Bearcats. New into the coaches poll at number 20 are the LSU Tigers, 6-2 and 350 points. Up 1 spot to 21 with a 6-1 record and 347 points are the North Carolina Tar Heels. And then the third team to see a 5-point drop in the coaches poll this week are the Kansas State, I almost said the Kansas State Jayhawks. They're the Kansas State Wildcats, and they're down to number 22. 5-2 record, 261 points. Holding steady at 23, 5-2 record, 259 points, the NC State Wolfpack. Up a spot to number 24 at 7-1 and 206 points are the Tulane Green Wave. And new to the coaches poll at number 25 are the South Carolina Gamecocks, 5-2 and 87 points. And the same two teams that fell from the AP top 25 fell out of the coaches poll as well. Texas was previously number 21 in the coaches poll, while Mississippi State was number 24. They're both in the others receiving votes category. Texas leading the way here with 48 points. Then it's Liberty with 42, Maryland with 24, Washington 22, Oregon State 21, Baylor 6, UTSA 4, same with Mississippi State. Troy and Arkansas both with 3, Coastal Carolina 2, UCF and Boise State with 1 point apiece. And that's a look at the college football rankings entering week 9 of the 2022 college football season. Now, we will still be taking a look at the AP and coaches polls next week, but there's also the first college football playoff rankings of the year. They're set to be released a week from today on November 1st. And I will have those for you either late Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning. So be on the lookout for that. I will be back later tonight for week number 7 of the week that was. All the statistical numbers, my picks straight up against the spread, and my week 8 power rankings. All that's coming up later tonight. So I'll begin on that about 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific. And if I have time, we'll take a look at the week 9 college football schedule and the announcers for each game. That'll be up either later tonight or tomorrow. And I may be picking my making my week 8 picks early this week because I usually do them on Thursdays. I may have to do them tomorrow because there is something that's going on here Thursday and Friday. So if I have the time, I'll do it on Thursday. If I have the time on Thursday, I'll make my picks then. But I may have to make them early. So either way, watch out for that. Anyway, in the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell twice. Or just ring the bell every time I go live. You don't have to ring it twice. Big Al sign off. Thanks for watching and enjoy the pigskin. Peace out.